Inside this barn, we found 3 of the rarest Corvettes in the entire world. First, you saw us uncover and revive a 1978 25th anniversary Corvette with only 1,599 miles on it. Then we moved into the 3-digit miles with a 1978 pace car with only 293 miles on it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the lowest mileage 1982 Corvette in the entire world.
You guys thought we couldn't top 293 miles? This 1982 Collector's Edition has 33 miles on it. It was driven home from the dealership and put in this garage. It's been on the road one time. A flippin' time capsule. Dude, this car is immaculate.
It's got a temporary tag on it.
Well,
I can't even believe that.
usually you have to drive a little bit before you know, you can get the paperwork to file for the plate, you know?
Can you even imagine buying a Corvette brand new, driving it home, and then just parking it? That's it? That's crazy.
If you had 2 other Corvettes,
I guess,
but mind-blowing.
Dude, there wasn't one nice Saturday where it was like, I'm gonna take this out. Not one, ever.
So for all you people who are in the comments saying that there's no way this car has 33 miles on it, that it probably has 100,033 miles. A, you just saw the temp tag. B, look, there's nothing. There's not a scratch, there's not a rip, there's not a tear, there's not anywhere on the bolster from getting in the car, there's not anywhere on the steering wheel. There's not any there's nothing. There's nothing that shows any usage on this whole entire interior.
What's even crazier than that is we've done this for a while now, and I've never opened a door of a car that looks like this, and it smells new. That's insane. This thing's been sitting here just with this new scent in it for that long.
Wow. The perforation, there's no cracking.
This has never been used.
There's no
used.
There's no little fibers from the surrounding carpet in there.
This is just cardboard.
Look, the plastic is right here. This is the plastic from the dealership.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It sounds crazy because one has like 300 miles, but this is 1/10 of the mileage. This is probably the lowest mileage Corvette of this year in the entire world. Most likely, actually.
If it's not the one, it's amongst the top 3. You know.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it probably is the one, dude.
Yeah.
33 miles is ridiculous.
Nuts.
This is dream come true for us. This is like what Barn Find is about, is finding true treasure, a true time capsule, and we definitely found it here. But next step, we definitely gotta get some air in these tires, get this thing moved over, and get it back to the shop.
We gotta clean this floor too, so.
Yep.
So while we pump the tires up, guys, I have to say it. We are so close to 1 million subscribers. We've been making these videos for 4 years and we are right there. So let's see if this is the video that can get us over that mark. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you enjoy our videos and all this content that we've been putting out, please take a second and hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can finally do it. And also, I'm gonna set the biggest like goal in WD history on this video because liking the video helps push it out to more people so more people can see it. So let's see if this video can get 60,000 likes. But anyways, I wanna ask the question of the video, so leave your answers in the comments below. Now that you've seen this car and you see that it has 33 miles on it, it's all original, it has all the original stuff with it, what would you guess that this car is worth, both in its condition that you see it right now and then after it's all cleaned up and running again? Leave your comments below. But before we left the barn, the man who actually knows the owner and brought these cars to us so we could make these videos wanted to say something to you guys.
My name is Nino, and I found these Corvettes in a barn in Northeast Ohio, owned by a United States farmer. So if you're a farmer or you know a farmer, if you own a Corvette or you know somebody that owns a Corvette, leave it in the comments below. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Nino, are these legitimate or do they have 100,000 miles?
These cars were all original. They have the original oil from Corvette. The fluids in them are all factory tires, factory air from 1978, 1982. These are all numbers matching, original paint, barn find.
What'd you say about the VIN on this one? It's like one of the last ones.
This VIN on this 82 is one of the last C3 Corvettes ever made in the world. It was a $4,000 surcharge to buy it. It only made 6,000 of these, and these are the only ones with the liftable back hatch. And it's got 33 miles. I challenge anyone in the world to show me an 82 with less than 33 miles.
So that's Uncle Nino, really awesome guy. He helped us throughout the whole process of getting all these Corvettes, the Cadillac that we did, the truck that we did. But now we're gonna load the Corvette up, and then RJ had one more thing to say before we took it back to our shop and really took a deep dive into this car.
All right, so we have the 33-mile Corvette in the trailer and we're heading back to the shop. But before we leave, we want to let you all know that we're looking for cars like this all over the United States to film. We do all the work for free. We even clean out garages and try and make sure that these cars go back in the right condition and the right state that they need to. So if you have anything that is extremely dirty, it has to be dirty. We cannot do clean cars. It needs to look like this, or it needs to be covered in green mold or moss. It needs to be something that's extremely dirty. I appreciate you all reaching out and sending pictures of your cars, but if it's clean, we can't do it. No one will watch the video. So please, if you are interested in having us come out and detail your car absolutely for free, send pictures to this email right here and where you're located, and we might just drive out and detail your car for free. Now it's time to head back to the shop and get started on the detail. We're back with the 33-mile Corvette, and this out of all three is my personal favorite. Starting with the hood cowl, it's tapered in the front here instead of that big rectangle on the others, and I think it ties together the styling and the front end of this Corvette so much better than just those flat rectangles from the previous years. And then as we come over to the side here, we have this decal that goes from like a dark gray to a lighter gray all the way down the side of the car. And the coolest thing is that it's carried on through the interior of the car as well. So if you come around and look at the door card, we have the same gradient that goes from light gray to dark gray, and then it's carried on through the seats as well. And these are my favorite seats out of all the Corvettes that we've worked on. You don't see stuff like that on cars anymore. I thought it looked great. Also, we found this American flag in the garage as well, and it's tattered and worn and just as dirty as a Corvette. But I mean, if this doesn't look like the front cover of a magazine with this tattered American flag, I don't know what does. So what we will do is fold this up, put it into a bag, and make sure that we give it back to the owner so he can properly dispose of the flag as he wishes.
Coming towards the back of the Corvette, they gave everybody probably what they finally wanted on this collector's edition, which was a rear hatch that opens. All of the previous C3 Corvettes did not have this option, which made it really difficult to actually utilize the space here, and pretty hard for us to clean as well.
You think people wanted to use this for like golf bags and stuff?
For sure. I mean, that's like the only thing you really could use it for. There's not a ton of space, but with it being open like this, it makes it a lot easier. Sadly, this car comes with a gasket here, and it was all torn to shreds when we found the car. So we have to try to source one of those as best as we can. If we can't, that's gonna be up to the owner to find something like that. Coming along to the back end, similar to the Pace car, this rear end has a spoiler, but it's integrated into the actual rear bumper, which I think is a better aesthetic for this car. In '82, this was the last year of the C3. In '83, there actually wasn't a Corvette that was produced. And with this year came the Crossfire Injection motor, which gave this car a little bit more oomph. It had 200 horsepower instead of the 180 from the L48 engine, along with a 4-speed transmission instead of a 3-speed. The old 3-speed was, I mean, a dog to deal with. Any 3-speed transmission, its gears are super long and not really fun to drive around town. Coming into the wheels to tie it into the end, I had to look this up. So these wheels are actually a homage to the 1967 Corvette, had very similar styling wheels, which you can see these things are in pretty rough shape. We're gonna have to get them cleaned up. If you watched our previous videos, you saw that we cleaned them on the car, then removed them and cleaned the rest of it. We're gonna be doing that the same way, and let's get right to it.
Now it's time to get the flag off the car, and it's a little torn, and I don't know how to fold a flag properly, but I'm also not burning it, or the one that's gonna dispose of it. So we're just gonna make sure that we fold it in some way that's respectful and put it into this plastic bag to go back to the owner. And then he can dispose of it, hopefully in the proper way.
Now to clean the wheels, we figured out we could take off this little center hubcap area with a plastic pry tool. I don't really know if it's a hubcap cover or exactly what the term is for this, but then we went ahead and we used our Puro all-purpose cleaner on the tires, an SOS pad for the lettering to make it nice and white, and an iron remover and rim cleaner on the rims, and sprayed it all away. All right, guys, I'm gonna go edit something really quick. I'll be right back. Do you ever feel like no matter what you're doing, there's always somebody looking over your shoulder? Well, luckily we have the sponsor of this video, ExpressVPN. When you use the bathroom, you always close the door behind you, right? You don't want someone looking over your shoulder like Mike was looking over mine. So why would you let people look in on you when you go online? Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like going to the bathroom and not closing the door. Did you know that your internet service provider like AT&T or Verizon in the United States knows every single website that you visit? And even worse, they can legally sell this information to ad companies and tech giants who can use this data to target you. When you connect to ExpressVPN, it creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. So your online activity can't be seen by your ISP. It's so easy to use, just fire up the app, click one button, and you're protected. And another bonus perk, if you're going to Netflix and wanted to watch The Office, Friends, or any of your other favorite shows, and it's not there, well, here's a little hack for you. If the show title appears in white here, that means Netflix does actually have the show, it's just not in your country. All you have to do is look up online which country Netflix is on, and use ExpressVPN to change your location to that country, and you'll have the show. How awesome is that? Now I can watch The Office for the 10th time. I use ExpressVPN on all my devices. It works on everything, phones, laptops, even routers, which means I know that WD's data will stay 100% private anytime I'm online. If you want to keep your information private and get access to tons of geo-locked content like I do, go to expressvpn.com/WDdetailing and you can get an extra 3 months for free. It's expressvpn.com/WDdetailing. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Now we've got to go wash that dirty Corvette. Now what we're using is a pre-rinse to loosen up this dirt off the top layer of the clear coat, which this car is base and clear, is our all-purpose cleaner Puro. If you guys are interested in getting Puro, the link is in the description. I highly recommend giving it a try. It's a great all-purpose cleaner. We've been using it in every single video. And then as soon as we started rinsing off the hood, we noticed something in the middle that we couldn't see before because all this dirt on top of it, which you guys will see as soon as Mike washes it off. And I had to get RJ's reaction to this and film it for you guys. RJ, come here. What? You gotta see this. There's something on the hood of the car that was hiding that we couldn't see under the dirt.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Look at the color.
That makes me like the hood cowl even more. I already love the way it looked, but dude, that is such a cool design.
It's got a gradient.
Yeah, it matches the side, it matches the interior seats and the door cards.
And this goes all together with it.
That's so cool, man. That's such a great design.
It's so tasteful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Subtle, sweet. I'd drive this.
Let's get back to it.
Out of curiosity, how do you guys feel about Crossfire Injection? I don't know much about it, but how do you feel? Leave a comment.
So now that we have the car sprayed off, we have 2 spots of damage on here that I'm not sure how they happened, and I want to see what you guys think. We have the first right on the tip of the nose. How the heck did this get all scraped up? Because it doesn't look like something just hit it. It looks kind of like, I don't know, like you took an eraser and erased the paint or something ridiculous. It looks weird. And then wait till you see this other one. This one's really weird. At the back of the car, the Corvette Collector Edition badge is bent up like this, which is really weird. It's like the adhesive gave up over here and it is lifted up. I'm not sure how this could have happened. Give us your best guess in the comments below. There's no way that I'm gonna be bending this badge back. I'm gonna leave it the way it is, and yeah, it seems like a fragile piece. Now we're gonna open the hood and see what we're working with there.
Let's see what we got.
Ooh. Oh, whoa.
Oh, that's way bigger than anything I've seen in an engine.
Oh, and this is different too. So this has some kind of air vent dam here that someone decided was going to be their home. They're officially evicted.
Do you think that thing is actually functional? Like, where'd the air come in from? Down
Oh
there?
my gosh, this is actually crazy. So this, probably when you press the accelerator, this opens, air goes through here and goes in here. But does it go directly? Let me get this out of here to see what this is. Oh no,
That's
this
not
is
good.
Super gross. It goes directly, there's the 2 air cleaners right here. We're gonna have to take that all apart and clean it. Somebody made a nice little condo over there.
Yeah, you can see a lot of droppings
a lot of
throughout the whole
droppings.
engine. All right, Mike, so I actually don't even know. What does Crossfire Injection mean? Like, where is it at? What does it do?
So the older Corvettes we had a single carburetor in the center. This has 2 throttle bodies that are right below these 2 air cleaners. Once I get this off, we'll probably be able to get a good look at them. Hopefully these mice didn't get that far into the engine. Usually the filters kind of stop them. Fingers crossed that it's all clean under there after we get all this air filters out and stuff.
If they did get in there, what kind of damage can that do? Like bad damage?
Not too bad, because so throttle bodies, how they work, they have a closed position and open position when you press the throttle of the car. When they're in closed position like this car was when it's sitting, mice can't get past that. So the worst that there can be is maybe some mouse droppings on top of the actuator there. So
Gotcha.
It can't be too bad. Ugh. So there you can see the dual fuel injectors. And
Yeah, you're right. Nothing could even get in there.
like I said, these need to be able to move. And if they were left open, more droppings get in there. But you see, this is all mouse droppings down here. So they were all over this thing. Let's see what we can do with this thing. Oh, geez. Actually, trash can right here.
That's really clean on that side.
Yeah, I'm thinking this guy's just a gasket that just pops off. There we go.
Oh, nice.
We'll probably have to get him some new air filters, I'm thinking.
Here, turn it upside down. That's actually not that bad.
No, not too bad, but you can tell. So these would have been pristine besides the moisture these little mice left in here. And it is pretty gross. I'm gonna clean all this up and get a mask on.
And now we're gonna actually pressure wash the engine bay, and I guess at the same time you guys get a little sneak peek at what's coming next. Now we're going to use a super soft brush to get behind the emblems and any spots that our wash mitts might miss. That way we don't have dirt leaking out while we're trying to dry the car or polish it later. And now it's the next day, the car's completely dry and up on the lift, and Mike's gonna take the wheels off, and then we're gonna get a first look at the underneath of the car.
Now we're on the underside of this Corvette, and just like the other two, it's in pretty good shape. I actually think it's in better shape, but it looks like it's not in great shape because of the undercoating that Chevy was using in 1982. See, this is the regular paint, and then they had this goldish, brownish undercoating on a lot of the materials down here. You can see obviously here, this is actual rust, but it fared quite well. It just looks weird because this undercoating's on, literally. You can even see a lot of spots, like they missed a little bit of spots here and there and throughout just everywhere on the wheel wells. I'd say it fares a lot better than the other cars did rust-wise. Most of these old cars have rubber that gets really cracked up and worn whenever they've been driven a lot. These are all in really good shape. I'll actually take you around the car to show you another little bit. A good example is right here. Got a little bit of crud on it, but if I wipe this rubber is in seriously wonderful shape. Rubber stays in really great shape when it has some moisture from grease. So if there's grease on the rubber and it doesn't have heat cycling from, you know, the winter and the summer heat, it actually can stay really nice for a long time on these older cars. So all the rubber on here is actually in really good shape. You know what happens next. We gotta clean the other side of this car. RJ wanted to surprise us today with a new getup. I have no idea what it looks like yet, and Brent doesn't either behind the camera, but we're gonna have to call him out here and see what he's wearing.
Let's see what he's got.
All right, RJ. Oh, man, God, dude.
What is this?
You went all out.
So, first time got really wet, second time only a little wet. So I doubled up. I got a yellow rubber suit underneath. I got my safety vise. I have a hood under my mask. I got a hood over my mask. I got it pinched up. I have little thingies that hold my sleeves all the way up so I don't ride up. I'm ready for business.
The good thing is, Mike,
Yeah.
if it's nighttime, we won't lose him.
Yeah, we can't lose you, dude.
You won't lose me. But I already have pit stains from how hot it is in here. We need to get this done now. Let's get the spare tire out. What I noticed about this one, this 1982 versus the 78, is that there's no keyhole for it. It's just a bolt that you remove, and then you slide this up and out of the way. Oh boy. Oh man, look at that, Mike.
Oh no. Dang, that's a huge, there's a piece of corn in there. There's a whole cob of corn in there. The other one had nothing like that in there.
No, nothing at all.
Oh,
Wow.
man. Got it?
Oh, there's so much corn. Oh no.
Nice and easy.
The corn's stuck to it. Ugh. Corvettes of the corn.
Let's get that cleaned up.
Yeah, this suit's pulling my eyes apart.
You're looking
Hard
good.
to see. Thanks, dude. I feel good.
All right, RJ, let's see how you fared.
All right. I think I cracked the code. I think I'm pretty dry, especially after laying flat on my back and testing it out. Look at that.
Oh no! Oh! Nope, you got wet. Dude, it looks like your second attempt was the best attempt.
I guess so. I don't know how. I thought I had it. I thought I doubled up. Well, I did go ham on my back, so.
Yep.
Whatever.
That's
Win
okay.
some, you lose some, you know?
Yep.
While RJ gets all dried up, Mike's gonna go ahead and give the wheel wells and the wheels off the car a good cleaning so we can put them back on and lower the car back to the ground.
Onto the interior of this Corvette, and there are some subtle differences from the older Vettes that we were in. The first thing that I noticed was I thought this had a very similar silver hue to the interior, but actually it's more of a champagne color, matching the exterior paint, which is a really nice effect, especially with the decoration on the doors that kind of matches the decals. So one thing I noticed about this Corvette is this speed only goes up to 85. Both the 78 cars went up to 140, so I'd be kind of upset with that. I don't know why. I'm not saying speeding's good, but you know, you want to have something that looks cool in a sporty car like this. Going 85, this is like something an 80s Corolla would have or something, so that's weird. And next, I really want to appreciate all the comments that educated us on what the radio was and what was going on in the glove box. This is actually an 8-track player, and we learned from them. Actually, we haven't opened this yet. Let's hope there's nothing crazy in there. Nope. These all hold 8 tracks. So I really appreciate your guys' comments to educate us, because I wasn't alive at that time. I didn't know about 8-track players or like that. I like records and stuff, but I've never used an 8-track player, so I didn't even know that that's how they would fit in there. Up top, we have this notice from Chevrolet, kind of talking about the panel adjustment of the roof. And luckily, we can slide this off nice and neat and clean up underneath it. I don't want to damage this because this is original stuff. And I noticed this on the back here. The other Vettes didn't have this. But first mirror in here. I want to also talk about how actually great this back hatch is. After cleaning the other 2 Corvettes, I realized that this was so necessary, and this was probably the best change that they made on this car to make this a usable space that you can actually put things in and out of your trunk in. Because before moving the seat all the time, I can imagine how annoying that would get as a Corvette owner. Moving stuff around in this car would be absolutely nightmare. But this makes it a lot more utilitarian, a lot more useful, which is awesome. Also, a slight change they made here. They made this big old cavern instead of the 3 that the old car had. And the other 2 cars, we actually found a mouse nest in this area, which is kind of a common place for them to burrow in these Corvettes. But as you guys saw in the engine bay, they had a little house in there. So I've not noticed a lot of trails in this car. I don't think they were in the interior. This car definitely smells better than the other cars do too. All right, we got some information, covers for the tops, and then a totally different tray that's made out of plastic. Oh wow, this is way better. But this is in so much better condition. Look at this thing. You wipe this down, it's gonna be brand new. Even the grease on there is still like brand new.
So we're gonna start cleaning up the interior by first vacuuming everything.
I went to go take out the passenger seat and realized that this is top mounted. So the driver's seat is mounted from the bottom and this is mounted from the top, which I thought was really, really strange, being that this was power, this one's not. I've never seen two different mounting methods like that where one's up, one's down. That was super strange. And then I figured while we were here, the quality control during the 70s and 80s was not particularly good. As you can see, the cutout for the adjustment lever here, it looks like someone hand cut it with a Dremel tool from Harbor Freight. I mean, there's bits of plastic that are kind of just stuck in there. And this one's even worse. And yeah, really, really bad actually. Can you imagine buying a brand new Corvette today and that's the kind of craftsmanship and finish, fit and finish on your brand new Corvette? I don't know, I guess things were a little different back then. Anyways, gotta get these cleaned up and wrap this Corvette up.
Now, wrapping up the detail, we did polish the whole car, but unfortunately the footage did get corrupted. You're not missing out on anything because it was a light one-step polish. As you can imagine, because this car was never driven, it was left in this garage. The paint was actually in really good condition, so it only needed a one-step.
All right, that's a wrap on the Corvette saga on all three. This one was my personal favorite. The other two, I think the black, the pace car was Mike's personal favorite. Let us know in the comments what your personal favorite was. And if you guys can help us get to 1 million subs, we are this close by the time this video goes out, and who knows, maybe after the first week of this video being live, we might hit it, which is crazy to think of, that we somehow made it here from cleaning cars in an underground garage to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So thank you in advance. We'll make sure to thank you all again. We appreciate the life that you've blessed us with. All your support seriously means the world to us. But with that being said, I figure I'll give you a little sneak peek of what's to come. Thanks. See you next week.